How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Sharp Darts with us today. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
Hello, I'm Kacy. I'm a bass player.
Hey, I'm Nate. I play guitar and sing.
Mike, I play drums.
Sam, other guitar.
There we go. Well, I've known Kacy for many years, and this is the first time we've met. And we live very close together. So I don't know why, but anyway, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But wanted to know how Sharp Darts started out. You know, how did you guys all form together and create?
Sure. Thanks. So, well, I didn't want you to hold the mic that far in front of Kacy. The band started in 2020 kind of as a COVID project since all the projects we were doing kind of stopped. So I wrote a handful of songs and then tracked it at a local studio called The Kaleidoscope, where a lot of great local bands work on songs there. Mike and I have been playing in projects together for years, so we started working on some tunes, and then had a first version of the band. Now we have this version of the band with Kacy and Sam in it, and we've been rocking together ever since. It's been great. Yeah.
You can say it's bad, you know. I know you're on camera, but it's okay. You can just say it.
It's a little bad.
Wow. All right. The honesty. I feel like we're going to have a band. There's going to be a band powwow after, you know. It won't be recorded. It might be. But, no, it's cool. I did check out some of the stuff before I came to see you guys tonight, which I'm very excited since I haven't seen any of these bands play. So it's going to be fun. You know, in terms of the project being kind of more of a COVID project, you know, with previous stuff, were you kind of able to do different things with this project now that maybe you weren't able to in previous works?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, so starting the band kind of with Mike and just him playing the drums and I was playing all the other instruments, it gave me an opportunity to, like, you know, experiment with different things and, like, not have to, like, question, like, what is this person playing? Like, I got a lot of, like,
Sure.
creativity out and able to kind of do my own thing, which is something I've always wanted to do. Like, I've always recorded at my home, and trying to play everything myself didn't always work, so doing it in, like, a professional studio really accommodated that. So it was great doing that, and then hearing the ideas come to life was pretty rewarding.
There you go. Well, that's always good. The next thing that I have for you guys is for people who aren't familiar with Sharp Darts, which I imagine for, you know, the majority of the people watching this are not familiar, but what song would you recommend to a new listener to check out first to kind of give them an idea of your sound?
Yeah, what do you think, Mike?
I would go with Another Night.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
that kind of highlights the different dynamics we have as a band, and it's also got a nice catchy chorus. Nate sings really low on that one. His voice sounds very sonorous on that track in particular. Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
So I think
We're
I
going to
think
have
that's a good one right
vocabulary,
there.
word of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
For all those people who didn't go to college, this is the word. I went to college and I didn't know that word, so I'm going to look it up and put it on here. Sam, what about you?
What? Oh, pick a song? I don't know. I would either say Another Night's a really good one, or Old Clothes, I think, is a really good dynamic, too.
Okay.
It really showcases a lot of the cool elements of the band. Nate's got a really cool niche with his songwriting, and I think Old Clothes is a good way to showcase that.
Oh, wow. Nate, you might as well.
Yeah, those are great songs. So I would suggest listening to those songs. Yeah, those songs are awesome. Those are a lot of fun to write and perform. One of the first songs we wrote is called A Dream in Color. So if you want to get, like, an early stage of the band, that would be a great track to listen to. There's another song called Knots that we will release soon, which almost led me to quitting music because it took so long to play. And I was like, why can't I
That's not good.
write a song? And but it came together, and it's going to be on a new record we're going to put out soon.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Casey, what about you?
Oh, no, it's just, I agree. I don't agree with him. Just kidding. Another Night and Old Clothes.
Just like,
We're always just disagreeing about everything. I just like giving him a hard time. Another Night and Old Clothes are fun because I get to sing the high part at the end of both of those songs. So it's really fun. And it's just fun to do, like, the whole duet thing between us. It's always a good time when we get to do that. But yeah, Knots is going to be a good one. So it's really exciting that it's going to be the next single because that's a really, really fun song.
Kacy was just like, I'm going to make this about me. And that's cool. But, Nate's okay. He's cool.
Hey, he wrote the stuff.
Yeah, he wrote this stuff. It's all right.
And recorded it.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey.
That's not important. That's important. The live stuff's important.
Mhm.
Seeing it live's important. But no,
Yes.
that's awesome. In terms of the influences, who kind of got you started out initially with music, like the first interaction, you're like, oh, so I'm on TV or on like YouTube, and you're like, that's what I want to do. That's cool.
I remember, I think my grandmother had like a CDR disc or something like that for a computer, and I know it had Weezer's Buddy Holly on it. Yeah, it was like 3 songs. I don't remember the other ones, but Buddy Holly was it. I was like, this is so cool. And I was like young and impressionable in the early 90s, and I was like, man, music's really cool. And like the Buddy Holly video, like it looks old. I was like, was this filmed at Happy Days? I was like so blown away. I was like, I didn't know you could be creative like that. So that like really got me interested in music. And then like listening to like early pop punk and big Nirvana obsession in high school.
Ooh, okay.
So that's why I think we have some crunchy guitars and stuff, to keep those roots true. But now it's just like we all listen to so many different genres and music's so accessible. It's like I feel like I'm influenced every day by some artist that I'm just like, why didn't I think of that riff? Like that's so cool. And also the great thing about where we are now in Lancaster too is such a strong scene, and there's a lot of cool bands doing a lot of interesting things, and there's a lot of DIY. Like we're at a DIY show right now, and so you're influenced by your peers as well. You see them doing something cool, and you're like, well, I want to do that as well.
And then you throw it in the mix, and they're like, hey, why'd you steal my idea?
Yeah, this is sampled without their permission. Obviously.
This is copyright infringement here.
Yeah. Nothing's copyright.
They come up mid-set. They're like, no, this can't be played.
Nothing's copyrighted in DIY.
It's just completely blurred out. Your whole set is just blurred. The audios.
It's okay. It was worth the risk,
Okay, sure. I got you. What about you guys?
Influences? Nate's probably going to hate this answer, but I would say probably one of the biggest influences on my drumming was Thrice.
Ooh. Well, we'll get into that in a second. Yeah.
The Artist in the Ambulance, that's like the album that I learned how to play drums on, and that like post-hardcore style of drumming, like that one just like taught me how to play drums, and I feel like I've carried that with me the whole time that I've been playing drums. I love metal, but I can't do most of it, so
that's all right. There's a little double bass. You said
I throw it in there,
just a little blast beats.
Smidge of metal.
Just a smidge. Sam?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. Yeah, honestly, like Coheed's second album, Keeping Secrets, like that was the album I learned to play guitar on. So,
sick.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that, a lot of mathcore. Like, a lot of my influences don't really apply to Sharp Darts, which I think is cool because...
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, Fear Before, Heavy, Heavy, Low, Low, Fall of Troy, stuff like that.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
But, yeah, I listen to loud, annoying stuff.
Kacy?
I got this
Either
one again.
one.
I'll do both of them at the same time.
Double audio.
It's funny because my dad was a musician all his life, and then when I was little, he wanted me to be one, but then I didn't really care until I got into high school, and then I had friends who were musicians, and I was like, oh, it's cool now. Sorry, Dad.
It's cool.
I mean, I started out doing, all of the things that most guitarists start out doing, the classic rock licks and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You learn Sweet Child of Mine, and Smoke on the Water and all that stuff. And then once I got decently good at playing lead guitar, a friend of mine in like 2005 was like, hey, have you ever heard of this band, The Fall of Troy? And I was like, no. And then
Show
my
me.
mind just, and then I discovered, the sound of animals fighting. And, He Is Legend was a really big guitar influence for me. Their first album, I'm Hollywood, especially back then.
That's a good one. I'm Hollywood. Yeah, that's great.
And then Coheed as well. I mean, I distinctly remember the first day watching Fuse TV and seeing the music video for A Favorite House Atlantic, followed by the video for The Widow by the Mars Volta. And I had never heard bands like that before, and I was like, what is this? It was like 2003, and I was in 8th grade, and I'm like, oh.
They don't make TV like they used to.
Yeah, they don't. But yeah, like Nate said, it's just anything and everything these days. I'm constantly gobbling up new music. So
it's like
some of it thanks to you.
The explosion,
I wouldn't have known Space Corolla if it wasn't for you and Hyro. So
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, now that we're about to play a show with them.
There you
so,
go. It's full circle. You just have to know me. Don't
Yes.
actually. Don't at me. I don't need
no,
that.
Adam.
Don't at me. But I have to delve into Nate's, not liking of Thrice. What I need to know. I need to know.
All right.
People need to know. Okay.
Yeah, I saw him play with Me Without You and Brand New. And Me Without You played first, and
Okay.
then Thrice played for what felt like forever. And
Wow,
they weren't as good
alright.
as Me Without You, and I was like, what is this? I'm sick of this. And then,
I've ever since.
yeah, I've held a grudge. I don't know, man. I tried it. These guys send me tracks, not for me. It's okay. That's part of life's
That's
rip
okay.
tapestries.
I think you missed the timeline. It's
You
too
missed
late.
it. Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
late, it's too late.
The train left the station already.
About 2
That happened
decades
to me
ago.
recently
Yeah.
with the Blood Brothers. I tried recently, and I was just like, nope.
Another,
Sorry.
another unpopular opinion. I don't like the Goonies.
The movie?
Yeah, it was one.
You're getting this all out now. I
s-
appreciate it. It's
I
on
saw-
video. I
I
just
saw
want to let
it-
you know.
I saw it. And I was like,
Forever.
in my early 20s, I was like, I think if I saw this when I was a youth, I would have been more inspired.
When he was
A youth.
But yeah, as a,
millennial.
no, I was just like, I don't get it.
This movie is entirely nostalgia based. If you didn't see
Yeah.
it when you were like 9, it's not great.
Yeah,
You've got young Sean Astin. You've got young Josh Brolin. James was his dad.
Guy who plays Thanos.
Yeah, and then you got what's his name? Who was just in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Oh my God. Okay. No.
Sick.
wow.
I guess we didn't really need
I think it's because you talked about the
There's
Goonies.
no one in here.
You definitely talked about the Goonies, and it went off.
Yeah, Casey, take control.
It's okay.
Take
Well,
control, Casey.
Guys, let us know if you can hear me over this car horn first. And secondly, what is your hot take? Because we might as well get it all out now.
Hot take of what?
Well, I said for them to give me a hot take in the
Oh.
comment. Since Nate's out of hot take.
I got more opinions.
Two in the two in the gauntlet already.
Yeah,
And you're
that's
just
cool.
like done. All right. We had about
other
1
band's
minute.
good?
It's my proximity.
You're too close to the car.
I don't want to go out in there and
Should I
open
s-
the door again.
Should I set my car alarm off?
No, please don't.
Solidarity.
At least do it like off time or something.
There we go. Okay.
Don't do it again, please, for the love of God. Luckily, this isn't film, and then I'd have to be like, oh man, I gotta cut this whole part out.
Yeah, it's all good.
Totally would not do that. The next question I have for you guys is, what are you listening to more currently? What's on your Spotify? What have you been listening to lately?
Oh man, great question. I've been playing my liked playlist a lot. That's been fun.
Okay, that's
Um,
very descript.
Yeah. He's circular. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
listen to-
yeah.
I like what I like.
Today I was
That's my
vibing
playlist.
on Mannequin Pussy, which is a Philly band. They're
Nice.
very
Yeah.
good. I think Parquet Courts is probably always circulating my playlist at some points. What else? There's always time for some good instrumental rock. So like,
Oh, okay.
This Will Destroy You. Thank you. What else? There are some other bands I can't remember their names right now though, but that I'm having fun listening to.
It's okay. It's a question, I feel like
That's okay.
then you lose all of your memory and you're gonna
Yeah,
remember
no.
it
I like music.
5 seconds after.
Music's pretty cool.
Music's okay.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've been into a lot of metal lately.
Ah, okay.
Also, kind of randomly, a lot of like R&B and funk. It's like death metal and then
All right.
soul, R&B, funk.
Respect.
That's kind of where I've been at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A true man of
Yeah.
culture.
Sometimes I
Some
want
might
to
say.
headbang, sometimes I want to groove.
Sure.
So those
I
are
got
kind of
you.
where I've been at lately.
Music sucks. No, I've been on a big Def Heaven kick.
Oh.
Just because Sunbather just had the 10-year anniversary, so.
And they have a
been, like,
tour too.
Yeah, I'm going
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. But beyond that, just I don't know, my liked stuff. Just kind of a lot of Deftones, a lot of Queens of the Stone Age lately. We're doing a Halloween cover set for them, so I've been going through their discography a little more. But yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and a lot of Thrice.
We just saw Origami Angel about 2
Nice.
weeks ago,
Origami
so I've been
gang.
listening to that new EP
Salutes.
a whole lot. I'm from the DC area, so it's really cool to have a band really on the come up from there. Otherwise, it's still been going back to last year's Callous Cowboys record a lot.
Oh, nice.
No.
Callous Cowboys.
Callous Cowboys.
It's
Grey
okay.
Haven, as I know that.
Jerry Jones guy, right?
Oh yeah. I am Emmett Smith. No.
Oh, you were on Dancing with the Stars. Wow. All right. Celebrity.
Big Grey Haven fan, as I know Brandon also
yes,
is.
I am. Yeah.
And then what else? Anytime I'm driving in the city at night, I can't not put on the Midnight.
Oh, good.
And then there's a DC area rapper named IDK who I really like as well. He just put out a new record, I think this year, that's really good. And I keep meaning to come back to a lot, but I always end up putting on my singing playlist when I'm in the cars.
Yeah. I was going to say I don't know about him.
Singing. IDK. Yeah. Oh, you don't know about? Oh, good one.
Guys, I'm hilarious. I'm not
That's
actually. Please don't like that. That was not good.
Also,
arguably my worst joke here.
There's a really cool British band called Foxjaw that I really like. They're PH.
Ooh,
With a
okay.
PH. They're kind of. I always describe them as like a scary version of what?
Oh yeah, well, we were just talking about that.
What's the 80s band?
You said Depeche Mode, I think.
No, not the other one.
No, it was. Shit,
Nope.
I'm on the spot.
With the
now.
waves.
Joy Division.
Joy Division. Scary Joy Division. That's what they are.
Scary Joy.
Yes. If Joy Division went
Anti-joy.
if they just went kind of like
less
manic
waves.
Sometimes. Yeah.
just flat.
Less waves. More
completely
just
flat.
spikes than waves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We sound like posers.
And anti-joy. You're like, what do they sound like? They sound like
Joy
and then it's just Joy Division.
Although I was revisiting an old Depeche Mode the other day, and there's some really cool stuff in their back catalog too.
Hey, their new stuff is great.
Yeah, new Depeche Mode.
It's very good. It's very good. The radio's played it.
I just wanted to make sure they got that.
Better than
You
Personal
had some
Jesus.
controversial takes, so
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Man, this is great. The next question I have for you guys, you did talk about doing a cover set, but if there was a song you wanted to cover next, what song
Next?
would be
Oh, that's
on the
hard.
list?
We recently did "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears for Fears. Because Sam and I are huge Tears for, at least songs from the Big Chair fans. But we've had a hard time settling on something to do next because
Now it's time to get it all out.
we know we're going to do the Queens of the Stone Age set for Halloween, so that's going to be really fun. But I mean, we've tossed around a few ideas, but nothing's ever really stuck yet. Sometimes we don't even feel like we necessarily need to do one for a live set, but it would still be fun. What do you think?
Mike and I, in the first version of the band, we did a Smashing Pumpkins cover set, and I always feel like that is there in the ether waiting to be performed by us again. So
Yeah.
I would definitely want to do another Pumpkin song. That'd be great. I know Mike really wants to cover At the Drive-In.
Oh.
And Sam wants to cover At the Drive-In.
Go at the drive-in. Yeah, it's been someday in my life I will play Ark Arsenal
Oh, that's sick.
in front of other
Okay.
people, and it will rule.
It'll melt people's faces off.
Same answer.
Oh, all right. Well, let us know,
Doesn't
guys.
really fit with our style. It won't really make any sense with the rest of our songs, but it's
Wow,
gonna be
all right.
fucking sick.
Yeah, no, we all love At the Drive-In.
I always thought that for our style, a good one would be Balance and Composure or something like that.
Ooh,
Like early,
that's
like
a good one, yeah.
Separation era Balance.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe the record that came after that with all the pink stuff on it. I can never. Yeah. I can never remember the name of that
You
record.
guys are doing great.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The waves, the balloons. Post Brandon is definitely going to be doing a lot of editing to
Fair enough.
tie up the strings here.
You're just
so
gonna dub over our
I'm
voices.
gonna dub
with
over the
things.
voices. But the next question I have for you guys is if you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with on an incoming Sharp Dark song, who would you love to work with?
Oh man, there's another band in the area that we've played with a couple of times recently called Hot Dad Calendar, and they're really
what a
really
great
fun.
name.
Yeah, and I mean they are hot dads. So
Confirmed.
They are a calendar.
so
They are
they're-
a calendar. Not the
they're
hot
super
dads part, the
cool.
calendar part though. 100%.
I'm not sure as far as like bands our size. I mean, if I could go huge, I mean, my favorite of all time would obviously be the Deer Hunter, but that would never ever happen in my life.
You don't know
He
that.
doesn't even collaborate with anybody.
don't know
anymore,
that.
So
You don't know
doesn't
that.
e- yeah.
We're gonna attack him right
You
now.
Oh man.
It's Thrice, right?
It's Thrice.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's the
You could
lead
tell
si-
your love of Dustin Kensrue right to his face.
Yeah. Oh, that's his name. Cool.
Yeah, see? There you go. I'm giving you so many pointers. You're welcome.
Yeah, I would love to collaborate with Justin Kenzers. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like a dream type of thing,
Oh, yeah.
I would always want to collaborate with like Aaron Weiss from You Without You, because I think he has a great vocalist and like sings in a way that I don't understand. So it would just be really cool to always work with
Was
someone.
that complimentary?
Very complimentary.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to make sure.
No, it's
'Cause
awesome.
most times, people would want to sound, legible.
Yeah. To the first question about early influences, I remember seeing a Me Without You video when I was like in high school, and they Nice and Blue Part 2, I think it was, or Part 1, and they shaved each other at the end of it. So I was always really inspired by that as well.
So you're gonna do that tonight, right?
Not tonight. I trimmed my beard a couple days ago, and I got razor burn now, so I'm scared. Yeah, that's it.
At the drive-in. No. Honestly, one we maybe should do a collaboration with. It's probably Santosha, just because I'm also in that band, so I could get all of them to do it. So.
Okay, how do we get back in? Can we get back in?
I'll close it, but it has to be like
Yeah, okay.
Technical difficulties.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's it for me.
I don't know. Okay, maybe Jesse Corman from Number 12 looks like you.
Wow.
He's like
okay.
one of my favorite lyricists, vocalists, just artists in general. He's a huge inspiration. But I don't know. Yeah, locally, I don't know. Like on our scale, I don't know. Bjork.
Bjork. Yeah. Yeah, she's a small,
Or as that one guy at the video game tournament kept saying, Bajork.
Oh, God.
I was just thinking about it the other day for some reason.
I hope that's not you watching this, because that would be really terrible if we totally called you out in this
Bjork is
video.
what? Oh, the guy from the tournament.
Yeah, the guy from the
it's
tournament.
Bjork.
It's also Bjork's
You
watching
never-
too, yeah. She's just like, wow, I can't believe they said my name wrong. That's terrible. It's not like I've heard that before. Bjork, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's very cool of you. Support local artists. The next question I have for you guys is, what is your favorite food to eat?
Oh, man. If it's not microwave nachos, which I had to cut back on a lot because they are high in cholesterol, we have a local Indian place here called Taj Mahal, and they have the most unique kind of tikka masala I've ever had in my life, and they will give it to you with salmon, and I will eat it so much that I will eat it like a cat, where if I eat too much, I'll just throw up right afterwards because I eat so fast and so much. It's so worth it. Probably that.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely that.
That wouldn't have been my first choice, but you did say microwave nachos first, so that was not my first choice either. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it classic. Food truck tacos. That's always something's good. There's some good food truck places in town that slap pretty hard. Tacos are top notch.
Place right up the street called Cavalier. Everything on the menu is great.
Okay.
I particularly love their chicken parm sandwich. Love a good chicken parm.
I don't think I have like a favorite restaurant. I think my favorite like comfort food is like grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Ooh, classic.
It is a classic. I
It's
always fall back on.
tried
It's a
and
good one.
true. I love that. All right, guys. The next question, obviously, as you can tell, I'm a nerd, so I love asking this question. If you guys could be a video game character, who would you be? Don't worry. Don't jump at the bit. Yeah.
I would 100% be Yoshi. Without a shadow of a doubt. 100% Yoshi man all day.
Okay.
So I use him.
Respect.
Yeah,
Respect. Okay.
he's my Mario Kart guy. I feel like I connect with him the most.
He does have that type of aura about him.
Thank you. He also really does not like thrice.
He also doesn't like Dustin Kensrue either, I don't think.
Hates his guys.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
He doesn't seem like a thrice man to me.
Oh God, favorite? Not even favorite video game character, but the one I would want to be.
Yeah.
Not Yoshi, because I don't want to get sat on all the time. He does get sat on a lot. The long tongue, that could have its applications.
I like how the whole band is like, yeah,
let
so
me
like
rethink
Yoshi,
that
right?
one. Yoshi. Or Boo, he also has a long tongue.
This is Skirting the line between controversial
I'm
here.
trying to think of some of my favorite games of all time. I wouldn't necessarily want to be anybody from Beyond Good and Evil because they are in an apocalypse scenario. So that's not great. Most video games are in apocalypse scenarios, so I don't know.
That's
if I
true.
would want you're just saving the world. I mean, I'll choose the farmer from Harvest Moon. It's very safe, chilled out, just taking care of his cows. So yeah.
It is an easy living.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a tough one. I'd probably just go like something from Zelda. Zelda in general
Ooh,
seems
okay.
like a relatively happy world. Not Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's a good
game,
idea.
But
Smart
everything
move, yeah.
that happens there is awful. It's just degrees of like horrible to extremely terrible. Yeah.
How bad of a day do you want to have? It's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what the Bloodborne character wakes up to.
Do you want to have the worst day of
You
your
want to have
life
the worst day
or
of your
the
life?
even worse
or
day
like,
of your life?
or like, there's terrible.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with Link. No, I'll go with Epona. We'll go with the horse. The horse from Zelda. She seems like she has a good life.
What's the question?
It's still the video game question.
I would also
You still said Yoshi.
I would also
so-
go as Luigi.
Okay. I like how you just left it. You're just like, I'm gonna go as Luigi.
Don't say Big Boss.
No. No, you think I want to be a soldier?
Yeah. What do you think?
No, you're dead wrong.
No, he did not. He did
No
not.
Kirby.
Afterwards, though, I was thinking Kirby because he just gets to eat stuff all the day and then float around and sleep and nap. So that's definitely my like.
So much salmon.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely the runner-up is Kirby because he's just happy all the time, except for when he's making fast food. Then he's not happy because he understands labor.
Alrighty then. My vote is Yoshi Mitsu from Tekken. He's just, I don't know, man. He's pretty carefree. He's a little goofy, a little silly, but he's badass. Yeah, yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
cool.
like
it's cool.
haikus, right?
Teleport. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
he's cool.
yeah.
Yoshimitsu. Yeah. Yeah, hop around. Yeah. Suck the life force out of people's face. The normal stuff.
Yeah, just like a normal day.
Be the only guy who brings a sword to a martial art tournament. Knife to a fight.
And I'm just gonna. I gotta respect that answer. The next question I have for you guys: if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including Sharp Darts, who would be on this lineup?
All right. Kacy would want the Deer Hunter to open for us. Obviously, they would open for us.
Oh my God!
Yeah, quick 20-minute set from those guys. That's all they need. Yeah.
You suck.
Man, who else? I don't know. I feel like it's all the bands we talked about. Like, what is a dream? Nightmares are also dreams.
I walk away for 1 second, and
Sorry,
you
it
go
all
on
went
like this.
downhill.
You're like, what is the? You're like, what is the universe, guys?
The Grateful Dead.
Okay. Now
The
you have to
Grateful Dead.
explain.
No,
I'm sorry to my friend Alex for him saying that because
I apologize to nothing. I don't get it.
Wow, this is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Explosions in the Sky would probably follow Deer Hunter, and then we would play, and then Fugazi would end the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's probably the best show.
I'm gonna go with At the Drive-In, but only the version from 20 years ago.
Very important distinction. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. Farraquet, I feel like would be the one I would go with. I don't know. I feel like that fits our vibe pretty well. And yeah.
God, I'm trying to think of who would be the best vibe, but I always say that I've always wanted to see the band Trico play in a tiny little club in Japan.
Oh,
So if we could play a tiny little club in Japan with a band like Trico or like Otoboke Beaver or something like that, like that would be that would be so much fun. Just I don't know, I just see that. But I would also have a lot of fun playing with the at the height of their game, and Nate's gonna hate me for saying this, the B-52s. Imagine seeing them at a tiny club in the 80s when they were just like really starting to pick up and nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. So, yeah.
it is possible. Well, the last question I have for you guys, because we're getting played out, so this is sick. Why do you guys make music? Why is it important to you guys to, continue to make music, whether it's in this project or just in general?
It's the only thing I'm good at in life. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. No, I mean, it was one of those things when I picked it up, it was just like, oh, you know, it just, you know, it was one of those things, I guess. Like what happens with most people who are in the arts,
Sure.
when you find your thing, that's your thing. And first it was guitar, and then it was singing, and yeah, so that's been it for me.
What he said.
And you?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like I don't know how to not make music. Like, I always need to be listening to music or playing something or writing something at some point. So it's kind of like I don't remember when I didn't do it ever before. So, yeah.
Yeah, like music doesn't really have an age or a time limit or anything, so it's just like something you can keep doing and enjoy, whether you're playing covers or writing originals. It's always good to feel creative, and especially like play with other people. You know, like that's always good to have like a connection with your friends or like an audience. That's always really sweet because there's so much music out there, and being able to be part of it is a really great feeling, and being able to play. But you got to play. You got to keep the dream alive, and it makes you feel. I mean, this music makes me feel like life is worth living, and like this is a life that I want and I choose. That's why DIY is so great, because you get to do this kind of stuff in weird places like an art place. It's awesome.
Yeah. In the middle of like a garage, basically here. So,
Yeah.
guys, well, the last thing, the most important thing, tell them where they can find Sharp Darts at. What you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and anything else you would like to share with the fans here.
Sure. You can find us on the internet. Just search for Sharp Darts on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll find us. Sharp Darts Music on Instagram. We have a show on the 25th of August in Lancaster
Nice.
at a space called The Upside. Then in October, we're playing a cover set at the Skid Row Garage in York.
Nice. Okay.
There's going to be like 10
10 million
11,
bands.
12 bands all doing cover sets, quick covers. We're playing Queens of the Stone Age. Then we're going to have a new record coming out hopefully this year. And, just keep on going. This winter, we're going to spend some time writing some new music. And then hopefully next year just start crushing shows whenever we can.
There we go. Well,
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know I did this interview completely wet, and I am very wet, and that's
it's
not
like
a metaphor.
90-some degrees right now.
That's not a metaphor. I literally ran through the rain and tried to find this. So, shout out to Lang. I'm a little moist, yeah. Some might say. But if you'd like to find out about Sharp Darts, I'll leave all of the links in the description. Please go give them some love. Go give them a follow. And if you live in Lanc, go out and see them, because you can.
Please see us.
You should. You should do that. And if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like it, subscribe. It goes a long way. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, and we're getting there. We're getting there. So if you could
Subscribe.
get there, that'd be great. Dustin, Kenzer, do a collab with these guys. Okay, cool. Thank you. That'd be sick.
I'm sure you're a very nice guy, and I'm just a jerk. So I'm sorry. It's me. It's me.
You're gonna be like in the studio, like,
It's 100% me.
oh, I'm not gonna do this.
I know it's me.
I know it's me. You just go up to him and tell him you're the problem.
You know what, buddy?
I am the problem. I'm going to be standing in the way of everything you're doing. So, Dustin, thank you for watching and do that collab. Totally, this was not staged at all, so
My God.
do it up. Anyway, go check out Sharp Darts, and thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks, Brandon.
Woo! Yeah.